Hello, this is DracoFlame67, and welcome to another Coliseum challenge. This time, we will be taking on the singles Beginner Coliseum with Presea. I was wondering how I was going to order the rest of these characters, and I decided I'll just do them in the same order that I did the Rescue Kate mission. So, Presea, then Regal, then Sheena, then Colette, then Rain and Genis at the end. With Presea, on normal, as far as equipment goes, I have the Opal equipped because I want to make use of Presea's Punishing Gale tech. When Presea's used Punishment at least 200 times, and then has Wind Element damage, Punishing Gale is the move instead, and it has, it's very good for Presea's combo strings, so that's why I have it here. Deadly Destruction on neutral, Endless Infliction on up, Eternal Devastation on sideways. And I have Beast on right trigger, just in case she ends up in over limit and I can use one of her Mystic Arts. Speaking of which, Presea's X skill setup, which I will use both on normal and media, is Sharp-Eyed, Dash, P-Charge, and Savior. Savior increases Presea's stats when she's alone in battle. In the singles Coliseum, you're alone, so Savior does increase Presea's stats. Dash makes her faster. P-Charge, you hold the attack button, and she'll end up getting a boost in power. And the two compound X skills are used in order to facilitate a power charge build. Guard Breaker, which is Savior and P-Charge. The P-Charge attack will not only do more damage, it will also break guards. And Power Dash, if you have Power Charge active while you're running, you'll have super armor, which I figure is a more interesting build and a more skillful way of taking advantage of super armor than just giving her glory. There's a different X skill setup for that, and I think it requires more level 3s and 4s. Don't remember glory off the top of my head. But this is, I think, a more interesting setup. Regarding the rest of Presea's equipment, Pow Hammer DX happens to do added damage to humans, and all the enemies in the Beginner Coliseum are humans. I do not equip the Prism Guard. Okay, the Prism Guard, while it does have the highest defense of any of Presea's equipable armor, it has the downside. It says resist all elements except darkness. That is not entirely true. It is also weak to non-elemental, which means that any non-elemental attacks are going to be doing extra damage, and I want to avoid that. So that's why I have the Star Guard equipped instead. Okay, I think that's all for the preparation on normal. Let's get into the battles. It's the start of the beginner class, where all battles begin. Now the challenger has arrived. Her name is the Axeman from Ozette, Presea Combatir. Let the first fight begin.
50% output should be sufficient.
You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna pay.
Here I
ain't go
come.
thanks. You're gonna pay.
We won.
Right. Presea wins the first match. First battle, victorious. No injuries detected. Now let's proceed to the second battle. Please begin.
50% output should be sufficient. Punishing gale. Deadly destruction. Eternal devastation.
Too slow.
Here I come. Punishing gale. We won.
Presea wins the second match. Second battle, victorious. I can still fight. Presea conqueror the beginner class. It's time for the final match.
50% output should be sufficient. Here I come. Punishing
Triple
gale.
dead.
Endless infliction.
No way.
Here I come. Punishing gale.
No.
Do not bother us.
Presea did it. Presea has conquered the beginner class. Third battle, victorious. I am happy. And here I have the Mania Mode file. Regarding preparation, the only difference between normal and Mania is that rather than the Opal, Presea is equipped with the Force Ring, gives her resistance to non-elemental. On Mania, I can't really afford to go without that to use Punishing Gale. So we will be going with using non-elemental attacks. X skills are exactly the same, though I did actually need to discover them while between doing the fights with Kratos and here. And techs are also the same. So the same strategy should work on Mania, just without Punishing Gale. Let's get into it. It's the start of the beginner class, where all battles begin. Now the challenger has arrived. Her name is the Empty Soul from Ozette, Presea Competir. Let the first fight begin.
50% output should be sufficient.
You ain't going nowhere.
Punishment. Endless infliction.
You ain't going nowhere.
Eternal devastation. Deadly destruction.
What's wrong?
Endless infliction.
You ain't going nowhere.
We won. % output should be sufficient. Punishment. Endless infliction. Here I come. Eternal devastation. Endless infliction. Here I come. Eternal devastation. We won. 50% output should be sufficient. Here I come. Endless infliction. Endless infliction. Here I come. Eternal devastation. Here I come.
No.
We won.
Okay, so that was the Beginner Coliseum with Presea. Next time we'll be taking on Intermediate.